Hi there, my name's Ranjan Bhattacharya. I'm your host for the Baker Street Property Meet, and I'm here with Bernie Wells, who is our guest speaker tonight. Hi Bernie, how you doing?
Hi there, all right.
Now, our theme tonight is about how to make unmortgageable properties mortgageable, and you're a specialist in dealing with properties with short leases.
It's something I've come across over the years in property management, which I've done for 35 or more years. Quite often you get people coming to you either because they think because you pay the ground rent to you, then you're able to sort everything out, even though you may not be the landlord. And normally people come to you right at the last minute when they're desperate for a lease extension because they can't sell or they can't get the mortgage.
For a property investor, if you see a property advertised with, say, a short lease, 50 years or 65 years, what is the opportunity for the property investor of investing in those sort of properties?
Well, the opportunity, I suppose, is that it's a limited market with short lease properties. They can't get a mortgage on them, and therefore you've only got cash buyers. And so the price is therefore very keen. But if you know what to do and how to get that lease extension cost effectively, then there's money to be made. And normally on big blocks of flats, particularly in London, there's a sort of two-tier pricing system. There's sort of cheaper flats with short leases, the more expensive flats with lease extensions, and the gap in between is where you can make your money. You know, if that's a £50,000 gap and you can get your lease extension for 20, well, it's a £30,000 paper gain.
So that's the opportunity. You get the lease extended up to a mortgageable level for much less than the uplift in value.
That's right. Yeah.
Is it complicated? Why isn't everyone doing it?
I would say a lot of people just don't know about it, don't understand. In fact, a lot of investors don't understand about leasehold full stop.
Yes.
And this in particular. It is scary to the unwary because there's notices to serve which are prescribed forms. You've got to get them 100% right, and most people can't get things 100% right. And it's complicated legal landlord and tenant stuff, and so a lot of people just give up and go for something easier.
Yes.
Which is great because it leaves the field less crowded for people like you that understand these things.
It's like with everything. If you build up the knowledge, then you have more opportunities available as an investor to seek out some opportunities.
That's right.
Now, it's not really a thing that people can do DIY because there is a lot of legal stuff. Which you guys do, don't you?
Yeah, and conveyancing as well. So, you need a conveyancing solicitor. I would always recommend using a specialist leasehold solicitor because it is technical stuff, and freeholders who are in that business are there to trip you up and squeeze extra pounds out of you. So, yes, it's not for the faint-hearted and the unknowledgeable.
It's a bit of negotiation. I mean, can you sort of share a few tips if people are looking at a property with a short lease? What would be their first steps in getting that lease extended to a mortgageable amount?
Well, the first step, use my catchphrase, which is read the bloody lease. You need to find out what is the lease, what's the unexpired term. So you need to know how many years that lease was originally and from when, therefore how many years are unexpired. What's the ground rent? Do some research on the market values, both of short lease flats, comparables, and extended leases. And then you can negotiate with the freeholder. Yes, you can go down the official route and serve notice, and that gives you statutory 90 additional years and the ground rent reviewed to a peppercorn. But most landlords are willing to negotiate. You may not need 90 years. You could have a shorter extension for less money, and rather than have no ground rent, you might be quite happy to pay some ground rent, in which case the landlord will reduce the price some more. So there's always some give and take on both sides of these things for the commercially minded.
That sounds brilliant, and we're going to hear a lot more in your talk tonight.
Definitely.
Thanks very much for giving us this short interview. If you want to see speakers like Bernie talk and share their knowledge on different angles on investing in property, then come down to one of our Baker Street property meets. There are plenty of videos as well with experts in property on this YouTube channel too. So see you soon at the Baker Street property meet. Thank you very much. Thanks very much, Bernie.
Thank you.